So a couple of suggestions how to work with Visual Studio Code. First of all, you always want to open up from the folder where you hold your source files. And let me go to my desktop, and this is a good place to save all your source files. I've downloaded the publisher's zip file with all the source file over here to my desktop. Now I'm going to extract them. So you see that now I go to my desktop, and then I think I'm just going to rename this to CS 2014. And you see now that on my desktop CS 2014 I have over here all the chapter files with the source files. So what you can do now is you can go to File, Open Folder, navigate to your desktop, go to that CS 2014 file. You can also go to this folder over here and select it. And now you see that you have all these folders over here available. Now you do want to trust the author over here. And now what you can do is just open up all the files over here. And since you have installed the Code Runner extension, you can just run them from here. Now you'll have to make sure that you connect to the proper compiler, and that would be over here the G++, not the GCC. First time you usually have to switch over here to the terminal. So I worked 40 hours and I made 25.56 per hour. So you see over here the output. Okay, so this is Explorer, where you can select all the files to work with. You see that an executable file has been created next to the source file. So what the program does is actually convert the source file to an executable file. We'll talk about that later too. And then it runs actually over here from this executable file. Now the other thing that I suggest, since you have that 2014 folder on your desktop now, is to create another folder and call that Assignments, for the 6 assignments that you're going to be doing in this course. And actually I accidentally created assignments inside the chapter 1 folder, so I'm just going to move it over here to this source code. That doesn't work. Okay, let me see if I can move it over here. Yeah, there we go. So now we have the assignments folder at the same level as the chapter folder. And then when you're over here in assignments, you just create over here a new file. You call that assignment 01.cpp. And now you're ready to start creating your first assignment over here. Okay, now the advantage of having this assignments folder right here in, in the source code folder on your desktop is that all the settings that are over here in that this JSON file are going to be applied to all these folders over here, so you don't have to worry about recreating these settings with the compiler. Other thing over here The extensions, if you have it working this way, you should have at least the C++ extension from Microsoft and the code runner over here. These three over here are just additional, and if you want to work with Copilot, you can install these too. But this one is essential, and this one is essential. Now what the code runner will actually allow you to do, and I'm going to close this one and open up over here this first program again. You can run the program from this run button over here, and it will work just fine. So I'll just do my 40 hours in 25.65 this time, not 56. Get a slightly different number over here, and it runs just fine, like you see. The other thing that may be a really good idea is using over here the split editor, and you'll work with data files later on. Let me see which one has a data file over here. Space. Okay, file name. They don't specify the file names here. List of numbers. I'll just pick this one. Let me see. Data file. If I split this over here, my cursor is on the right side, and my data, yeah, I can just use my data.txt, set my cursor back over here, and now I get the prompt, enter the name of the file to read from. That would be my data.txt. How many values are stored? It looks like it's 4, and the total is 575, and you can check that over here. Other things that are going to be helpful is over here under the view menu, enabling word wrap, because that way you don't have to scroll horizontally like over here now. You see that everything runs off the screen. If I enable my word wrap, then it just wraps to the next line, and you see that over here when this is a full line to read, as is this over here. Okay, just some simple things that will help you to get started.